Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Coteries. But anyway, I honestly have way too many projects going on. So was arguing with myself on what I should be doing. And this was easy to record, but at the same time very wordy because, well, it's a visual novel, go figure. It's not like they're gonna have voices to read things for me, so. Oh well. Time to start reading. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solid metal door is closed. Normally you'd stretch for a bit. On some mornings you'd probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer. But that was before. When you woke up now, you were fully conscious. No grogginess, nothing weighing you down, just a nagging need in the back of your head. Hunger. Not as severe as last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. Yeah, hunger, see? You can tell there's hunger. The screen tells you. Digital clock on the TV shows you the time, 9:04 p.m. You walk to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminous. Still saying those blinds are dangerous, because look at those things. Light can come through there. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You miss the sunlight already. Seriously considering just walking out in the apartment and figuring this all out by yourself. But then you come back to the memory of Quaters. That sword being raised in the gallery. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. Keep jumping channels for around half an hour and then switch to streaming services. Almost as if the universe has a sense of irony, you catch true blood in the flood of recommendations. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Good evening, Tiffy. Sleep well? Slept well? Huh. Choices. I like that. Like a dead man. Curious wording, but not that far from the truth, I suppose. No use dwelling on it. I think you'll agree with time. I made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself. Your blood, its desire, and its power. We will begin tonight. You're hungry, yes, I'm sure you are. What kind always is. There's only one remedy. The blood. Drinks you had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. Tonight I was issuing your first foray into hunting. You need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you could use the kind's vulnerabilities to your advantage. Yeah. Prey and prey, huh? Grim. Nothing to say we're predators, humans are prey. That's pretty grim. Don't you feel? I remember the notion, but you will inventively grow beyond it. You need blood to thrive, but there are many ways to take it, some more humane than others. You find that drinking moderate amounts of it better to keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. Oh yes. Time to understand words. Firstly, the kiss, an act of draining blood, usually from a mortal. The kiss causes feelings of ecstasy in those who receive it. The embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. The embrace requires the vampire to drain her victim, and they replace the victim's blood with a bit of her own. But yet, but here's the thing. There's a difference, though. The problem, though, is they worded that wrong. Because a bit of your own is just gonna make a ghoul. You need to give a lot of your blood to make him into a vampire. Wait, no. You'd have to drain practically all of their blood and then replace with your blood to make them into a vampire. Ghoul would just be giving them your blood. Right. Okay, the kiss gives kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to this sensation. If you do it right, they need to misremember your feeding. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture main stage, correct? Just your sly, knowing smile. That's why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. I mean, all these are decent questions. But how do you select a victim? How do I choose who to feed from? Are there better or worse targets? I'd say the kind of easiest prey, of course, but much depends on context, and of course a different approach at busy club that does on an empty street. Time you have the luxury of finding your preference in hunting methods of prey, and I would suggest it's found manning in moderation. Feeding from some area repeatedly can be dangerous by branching out. You risk the ire of other kindred, on whose domains you trespass. Lucky for you, your city is more forgiving in this regard. They have a particular vampire's influence. Princes claim entire cities as their domains, sometimes allowing lesser vampires to claim domain within. That's sort of like how back at Bloodlines we had, there was the prince with his control over all of Los Angeles. But then there were subsections like the Coajan had Chinatown, the Anarchs had Hollywood. And then there was others all around, like Treese had Santa Monica. I also want to point out that no one gave a shit about that back in Bloodlines. No one gave a shit that, oh, you're just feeding on vampires in our domain. Yeah, no one cared about that at all. Like, I can see what you mean. I can see this being a gameplay element in this, but yeah. No one cared about that in Bloodlines. Same about that whole SIPS rule thing. Here is in somewhat of a unique position. Here's neighborhoods remain contested or unclaimed. Therefore, this is a lesson for no time. But keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. So as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. I mean, it's not that hard to feed. You just wait till an NPC wanders aimlessly down the street, alone into an alley. Then you pop down, feed, then sleep. Simple as that. Of course, the bar is not as convenient as that in this. Probably can't just go to, a club and just... Oh, then I'm gonna wait till that one refreshes. I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come upstairs, Gregory's waiting for us. Busy streets fill the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and immense smells that disorient you momentarily. So one bodies contain what you want, what you need. Get yourself, teacher. Just think of these people as mere sources of blood. There's a nudge from Sophie to break her train of thought. Trevor opens the door for her, and then tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somewhat thin New York traffic. Still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be. But compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. Barely have the time to gather your thoughts, to formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Come, Tiffy. Park the car, Gregory, will you? Driver just nods as Sophie gets out. You join the two, walk through the glass doors together, then take the elevator up. First notice an empty stage with the instruments of a string quartet still in the back. Then taking the few dozen chairs in front of it. The concert seemingly conclude, the patrons are smartly dressed and posh spread out all over the hall. Sophie starts confidently in So I produced an invitation from a purse that she flashes at for a security guard. Draw close in or let through without issue. Not so easy. A social setting like this one proved quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred, but consider this evening a small gift from your patron. What would you procure for you a willing vessel? Just remember what I've told you about taking small sips. This one I have a small spot for. Don't damage her. Let's see, there he is. There's somebody in the crowd flashes a heart-melting smile, and suddenly even you feel drawn to her. I thought about it before, but it's like clear before you in this moment. Sophie is beautiful, just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. That whole corridor thing. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. And Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How's your daughter? Is she with you? There she is. Cheery might go. Come over here, please. Somebody I'd like you to meet. A young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. Clever mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple hair dye, but she doesn't fit this crowd. Cheery, this is Tiffy. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. Positive you like each other. Oh God. The girl gives you a shy smile. Now towards the balcony stairs, you follow somewhat unsure what it is exactly Sophie expects you to do. Use a secluded space from the entire lot. Secluded space from which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie, they listen intently. Then laugh when she does. Cheery gives the trouble of figuring out the next step. I was going to say, are we actually going to get a character model for her? Well, not a character model, but an image. If you're Sophie, then I guess you're, I mean that you know. Then I'm going to nom you. She puts her wrist to her lips and gives herself a theatrical nip, so you and Bear are supposed to hopeful. Well, that's a thing. Okay, congrats, we found our first blood doll. What, you're into that sort of thing? Oh, you into this sort of thing? She flushes us down the floor and nods. Could you, I mean, if you'd like, Miss Langery tells me she swallows hard to avoid eyes. Oh God. They taste nice. Oh, that's a thing. So let's see, how's my hunger anyway? It's, I'd say, decently up though. We should probably drink for Cheery. But remember, don't drain her completely. Nom. You take a forearm in your hands. Doesn't look like it went down. Quick look around confirms nobody's watching and no security cameras over this area. Cover this area. Bite down gently. Yeah, it's gotta be careful with them security cameras. Why it's been crashing? How does that do vampires get away with it in this day and age with all the cameras everywhere? So where she just given you her blood? From for volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. You tear away from her. A bear comes forward and shakes you. Smell? Just smell. It's not right. Right feeling of bliss to go for when you bit her is going in. She's disappointed, annoyed you, and she looks at you unsure what's the matter. Not bad, please. Just have. I don't really think that really sated us at all. Not bad, please. Just have some more. Just a little bit more. I really thought it made you want to throw up what literal pleasure tasted. You shake your head. Your sniff starts crying, wipes her face to her jacket sleeves, and walks down the stairs and into the hall. Well, that was disappointing. Grab around Sophie just pushes slowly, looking at her now. Some residual awe hangs in there. Yes, she's pretty, maybe beautiful. Sure, not your type. What can move you for? Walk over to her. Make her dinner. It's plenty talking to you, but we need to get going. Enjoy my best wishes. Come with Tiffy. Barry's waiting for you out front. It's only the call that Sophie addresses you. So, how'd it go? Juice tasty. You people are sick. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't stand the smell or the taste. Curious. Consider Jury's Fudge had one of the most exquisite and unique bouquets in the city. Trust me, I have a fine taste. Well, you're Torador. You're not a Ventrue. Ventrue sadly have that specific blood taste that... Well, it depends. So here's the thing. In Bloodlines, they couldn't, you know, specify it specifically because, well, that would be a bit complex for that sort of game. So that's why they just decided you couldn't just feed on bums and hookers in Bloodlines because low priority blood. Pretty much everyone else was fair game. And of course you couldn't feed on rats, obviously. But in a game like this where they can specify things more in-depthly with wording, it makes sense for it to be specific blood. More so than just anything that's above so-and-so selections. But anyway, she almost sounds like she's offended. Oh, well, if at first you don't succeed, perhaps you need a change of pace. Time for the next stop, because yeah, look at that. We didn't really feed. So we're still hungry. Train moves off this time, Gregory. Fleshy Meadows, please. Try to take the car to the Williamsburg Bridge. You share your thoughts. What do you do to those people back, though? They're all entranced. Even I was under your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. No trick, just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned from experience. Yes, because remember, each clan has, like, their own unique discipline. Well, sort of. And some of them can go... Some of it just depends on, well... Redemption just gave you the skills unless you read a book. Bloodlines didn't really give you any of the other disciplines. Except for the Clan Crest mod where you could nom people and gain their powers. So I'm not entirely sure how they want to explain it in this. Experience. Or you can nom others and take their powers, but that's sort of frowned upon in the camera a lot. It's the way people make. That failed me. I see more of the world in greater detail than some kindred I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision, grace, and more. All these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. Yeah, what are my powers? Okay, so what are my talents? Don't tell you need to discover them yourself. Yeah, apparently we're not going to specify the whole Ventrue thing. Maybe we don't realize that we're a Ventrue, which is, you know, we should know that, given the blood thing. Yeah, how do I use my disciplines? It's not very explained. It's not like we have a tutorial telling us how to do or this. Well, we had a tutorial telling us about the blood thing, so... We just need to discover them. Give the different things to try. We need to learn how to dominate things. Make these conversations actually fun. In fact, hey, the tutorial actually told us when you use your powers, it's going to make you more hungry. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It's all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents with the right place and time. Well, here's the thing. I didn't get to choose to be, you know, Nosferatu or Malkavian. And I definitely didn't get to choose to be a kangaroo. so I don't think I have those. It takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car, with Greg will be left behind again to find a parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. Stars just barely visible in the light polluted aura of the city. I don't know how that would have went as, you know, the other two. Trip through here would have been fun. I'm having a snack myself. I'll be by this time to go look for somebody to your liking, see what fetch you can achieve with your blood. Or I pick one victim, just one, then come back. You know, she seems not altogether here right now. You decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out to pray. Well, it looks like you have few choices. Just take a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jog or someone like them could work, but focusing on one area might work better. The United State Pavilion might work as a secluded spot. There's a skate park nearby. In worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate will event true. I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe the tennis court nearby. There's light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing a late night match. Don't be here alone where they might be tired and let their guard down. Obviously, never play out your mind. You realize you're playing out how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Take a walk, but don't feed. I mean, that's probably not going to give us good blood. We'll go to the tennis court. You just say tennis court is a good place, and you make your way to the bright glow of the lamps and illuminating that area. That suggests a pair of players, two men, fit but older. Maybe the person sits there finishing up a match. The other one is now. It's time to make a move. Yes. Barges to showers. No, that's stupid. Let's refuse presents. Imagine what Sophie did in the hall. How she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering. That might be a tall order for you. For a single person, could it be doable? Well, we should have presents as a venture too, so wait patiently until the two men hit the showers, get out and say their goodbyes. They go their separate ways, and one of them notices you're standing there. You immediately grab his attention. Oh god, we found Santa Claus. This should be interesting. Ho, ho, ho. Good evening. I've had better. Well, you can make it better. You can make my evening much better. Oh, and how's that? You find there won't be a better moment to strike. Move close to catch it first, then close in the distance a single leap. You sink your fangs into his flesh. Taste a sip for you to realize you missed. Oh, for fuck's sake. Taste of mud and biofilters for a second time tonight. First, the man away stumbles forward to the ground. Barely move your luck, the hunger in you unsated, you leave the courts in a foul mood. You're about to walk back yourself, a figure emerges from the shadows and stops you in your tracks. The weird man is looking menacingly at you. You look sort of somber-like, don't you? What do you think you're doing, budging on my trip like this, lick? What is that kind of slur is that? She called me a lick? What is that supposed to mean? Don't be cute with me, I know what you are. Shut that masquerade bullshit with your ass. Better tell me who you are before my posse shows up and I beat it out of you. Yeah, here's the thing. Antagonize him. Outer. Bring in the camera hour. He's probably a spot, I guess. So, I'm sure he's gonna love this one. Chill out, I'm with the camera hour. Does anything but chill out, immediately tips up. She gives you an extremely natural look and bears his fang. You with ivory tower cunts, huh? Well, tonight's my lucky night. I'm gonna fuck you up and bring you to Callahan. Have some fun breaking your shins, and maybe by the end of it, we could have a nice long sip. Wonder what you taste like, Blick. His best impression of Hannibal Lecter's and a nice chanty stick, but it's not as intimidating as he thinks. I mean, enough's enough. You won't be intimidated by this asshole. Leave, now. The counter's changed. The crew of Beast 1 Mo to humble pup of the net swads away just like that. How did you do it? How much did you attempt paying for you? Apparently we used 2 disciplines and we haven't fed properly yet. During the unit's been looking back over your shoulder to make sure you're not being fouled, I believe. Right? Fouled? Mm-hmm. 2 figures of his wearing a sculpture, a man and a woman taking a passionate embrace. No, not exactly. It's self-defeating, but this whole scene is except so that looks like a couple getting intimate in public. She puts it off like she's done it 100 times before. Curse you that she probably has. Man's unsure on his feet. She lets go of him and leads him towards an nail-bite bench. Noticing she whispers something into his ear and leads him. Driver appears from behind a tree. Or Tiffy, how did it go? About to answer when the same figure it is before emerging from the alleys. There's the 3 of you, and a predatory smile creeps onto his lips. You're screwed. You're screwed, dumb fox. You think you can mess with my head and get away with it? Think you can stick with your friends? Well, I'm friends too. It's a motion to shout, but 2 things happen all at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty emanating from Sophie flares up again, entrancing both you and the hooded thug, and shout comes out as a weak, confused squeak. Second, Greg could produce a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slams it into the thug's chest. Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire's down on the ground, paralyzed. Well, I see you've made a friend, Tiffy. Give us choice of company. I would say, who is he? Mention a Callahan. Something I about presenting me to somebody named Callahan. Ever heard of him? She looked sharp for a split second. Look up to a regular countenance. Yes, I have. He seemed more like a Sabbat than an anarch, to be honest. Didn't he? He seemed more like a Sabbat to me. Yes, I have. The 2 of them is a anarch, then? Curious. Current park has not been claimed by any kindred, last I checked. Let's go to the car, we'll put him in the trunk, and present him to Crater tomorrow night. Sure, he'll be delighted to make this unbound acquaintance. Crater carries the state vampire and dumps him in the car's trunk like a mannequin. Strange sight, and you're quite happy you're not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. It's not surprising that you could get away with just casually throwing a stiff into your car and driving away. But then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. Also, I still want to remind us that we haven't fully fed yet. Doesn't really look like it's gotten worse, even though we've used, what, 2 disciplines now? Wait, did I double click though? No, I didn't. Okay. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera, picked up by a random of a half-decent smartphone and streamed online, fills you with dread. As it should. Hunting your abilities is a dangerous business, because this whole being a vampire thing has many caveats as it has perks. You're taking on your headspace by Sophie's voice. I'm gonna pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I have some business to attend to at Elysium, and I expect you to accompany me. Plus a friend in the pack needs to be properly introduced during the prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Oh jeez, apparently we didn't look at any of those things. Says the court, the social system of city's kindred, resembling the feudal system of mortals. The top is the prince, below then the members of the yes, the Primogen Council. I'm sure we'll go into that too. Order in the domain is maintained by a sheriff. The gatherings are organized in secret sanctuaries known as Elysiums. The question is Sophie a Primogen? Who knows? Or Sylvester, the source of blood for substance, pleasure, primary mortal. Derogatory usually used to address young, unexperienced vampires. No name for the Camarera. The vampire set the head poses the tyranny of errors and has placed itself outside the secret society of the Camarera. See, here's the thing. Yeah, most of the Anords don't actually give a shit about the Masquerade. Well, Bloodlines, yeah, it sort of had them respect the Masquerade just cause they wanted to make the Sabbat look worse. That's basically the only reason I can think of it, cause, you know. But yeah, it really makes it seem like there's not gonna be Sabbat in this. Cause that guy seemed like a Sabbat. But nope, he's just an anarch apparently. Shrug. Forces code crew are nothing like the enchanting personalities she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. Yeah, good riddance. I can imagine he's going to enjoy me greater. I hope he gives him a good grill. The guy's an asshole. Well, Crater will enjoy it too, I'm sure. Teapot has seen me lost in thought for a while. Oh yeah. You don't tell me how your hunting went, just getting the hang of it, I would hope. Yeah, here's the thing, it's not exactly working for me. I mean, that whole Fincher thing's actually biting me in the ass. Ironically. The picky taste flared up again. I couldn't even make myself drink from that man, even though I did bite him. That's unfortunate, I'm afraid. I don't have a ready-made solution for this. You need to trust your instincts. The sooner you learn what it is you're looking for in a vessel, the better. Seemed distracted, not all though. Thoughts drift from the car remain silent until you reach your apartment. We'll pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Could you give me, like, a blood pack or something? No? Well, shit. Just like that without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves you to your apartment by Greg with a body in the trunk right in the middle of Manhattan. Did you cross paths with situations like these in the past unknowingly, or secret cities you passed on the streets without knowing their true nature? Haven is, minus a haven, a vampire's home base where they find sanctuary from the sun. Just as you left hours ago, although the sun won't come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today, and it takes some time to process. You're on the mood for television, the few parts in the shows in the apartment or you in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest. You sit in the back room, lock the door, more hesitation, but then decision. This time you turn the light off. About a jury, how many people in the city know about this vampire society? How many willing accomplices in sustaining it? Let's take him in the part. If he's not Camarero, then what is he? Are they independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. You begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night we could start crossing them off the list instead of adding to it. Probably not. Probably not. You close your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. Greet you with open arms like an old friend. So yeah, we can't really do anything on this map yet, so we just rest. The problem though is, can you stop doing that? I guarantee my blood hunger on the sides in this state. But I'm pretty sure it's high because we haven't actually properly fed this entire time. But anyway, as usual, we're going to leave our field because it's been I was going to say it's been a day, but it's been a night. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all, and have a nice day or night. Till next time.